If I told you that the most terrifying class in D&D was also the one most likely to play a xylophone, would you believe me? Well, yes. You have to say yes for the video to continue. I'm really sorry about. I'm Willow, and I'm gonna show you 4 different tips you can take to make your bard, the traditionally pigeonholed comic relief character, into something memorable and hopefully terrifying, but most importantly, fun to play. And a few special treats for you as well. It is Halloween after all. And don't worry, if you aren't a bard player, some of these tips can actually be applied to other classes too, so stick around. And welcome to the Willowware's Halloween special. That's right, I've eaten enough Pillsbury Halloween cookies and now I'm full of enough food coloring that I can practically levitate. I'm sure I've got the Bard album somewhere around here. Where could it be? Sorry, I've been busy decorating the shop. Okay, here it is. Let's begin. Track 1. The echoed note. This is the idea of repeated motifs. Choose a small word, tune, or phrase that your bard utters from tune or phrase that your bard utters from time to time. This is the idea of repeated motifs. Choose a small word, tune, or phrase that your bard utters from time to time. Maybe when something bad happens. Found a dead body, completely failed a roll. Also think about where the motif comes from. Is it the last melody your father sang to you before mysteriously disappearing and now you are on a quest for revenge? Just light stuff to think about. This is an amazing thing for a DM to use for a bard villain as well. In the video game Half-Life, which I'm sure none of you have heard of, one of the most haunting characters, G-Man, has an extremely creepy tune that is a little bit buried in the game. It's hidden in various parts of the franchise. One of the more chilling realizations, however, is this voice line from one of the rebels.
I can't get this tune out of my head.
In fact, when you combine it with another rebel whistle, it makes the G-Man tune incompletion. This reinforces the idea that these characters have somehow come into contact with this extraplanar traveler, but they don't remember that it happened. Think about how you can put that into your gameplay or character. And yes, please use this sparingly. Let's not turn this into a 6-7 thing, or a 67, or a 60-70s. I don't know how it's pronounced. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you can see how old and out of touch I am right now through the screen. Oh, there's someone at the door. I'm so excited, our first trick-or-treater. Hello, Willow. It's you from the future. We don't have much time. I'm here to talk about Tabletone, the very first sponsor of Willowwares. Have you ever wasted precious time hunting down the perfect track for a super specific scene your players may or may not even get to, when you'd prefer to just be spending your prep time on something actually valuable? I haven't, because I'm perfect. Just kidding. Tabletone is a mobile audio app for tabletop RPGs that delivers studio-quality immersive soundscapes. What makes this app different than just throwing on a playlist is that it's super easy to change the emotion alongside your campaign. So if there's an unexpected battle, or if you want to sort of ease into a creeping sense of dread, as I so often love to do, this is the app for the job. It took me less than 2 minutes to get a full grasp on the user interface, so it was super easy to just download it and bring it to my game, which was great because I could just leave my laptop at home. And because I didn't waste time at the table clicking through a pre-made playlist. Tabletone is actually free to download on iOS and Android, amazingly enough, and it comes right out of the box with full functionality, and a free content starter pack so you can begin like right away. The other packs you can scroll through in their store and check out, and the team seems really passionate about building different themed soundscapes. Tabletone was kind enough to give me my very own shiny link, which you can click in the description below if you'd like to take a look. Also, Tabletone was kind enough to let me and my editor use their sounds for this very video. That's right, you're hearing the dulcet tones of Tabletone sprinkled throughout as we speak. And please, Willow, take care of the growing evil presence at the back of the shop. It's getting past the point of no return. You're gonna regret it. Oh yeah, I'll totally get to it. Track 2, the borrowed voice. So here's a common thing I hear from folks who want to play the bard. I don't like singing, Willow. I don't got the golden pipes. I'm a trash can and a carburetor when it comes to carrying a tune. Obviously, you don't have to sing at the table. That's silly. And that's not the only way to play a bard, so stop thinking that. But for the non-musically inclined that still desire to get on the proverbial stage, it might feel a bit tiring to say, I play a merry tune for the 100th time during combat. So some of you bard fans are most likely aware of one of the creepiest subclasses of all, the College of Spirits. Quote, using occult trappings, these bards conjure spiritual embodiments of powerful forces to change the world once more. Unquote. Essentially, if you ever wanted to be the psychic medium of your party, this is the class for you. Results, of course, may vary.
Do you have family that is a J or an M? I don't. Yes, you do. Duh. Duh.
Oh, yeah.
But what makes this bard so compelling is the idea that they are using spirits as their source of power. Perhaps one could even say, as their voice? That's a super easy way to make your music descriptor different, and it's D&D, so we don't have to stop there. You don't have to be a spirit bard to offload your musical talent to another voice. What's to say your lore bard doesn't have a djinn trapped in their instrument that whispers 1,000 tales at once every time they strum the strings? Maybe your bard utters a line of poetry that somehow reverberates with the feelings of dread because the poems were originally written by an ancient demon. In short, offsetting the performance to someone that isn't directly your character is an easy way to get the mind thrumming down different avenues and possibilities. And from a roleplay perspective, this is super interesting as well. There's a huge history of bards being historians and storytellers, not just entertainers. And in this way, whatever voice is trying to speak through your bard is trying to tell their story. Isn't that a nice thing to say? That's like on a Hallmark card. Tell your story. Oh, someone's already here to pick up more candy. Oh, hey, it's Lemons. Hey, bud, what are you dressed up as?
No, I got swallowed by a gelatinous cube.
Oh, well, I guess I got candy for the both of you.
Maybe if we feed him a bunch, he'll spit me out. Did you give out the free cookies yet?
Oh, they're still baking. I think they'll be ready by the end of the video. I baked a bunch for the audience too, so maybe you can...
What video?
The video. You're in it right now. There's people watching, Lemons.
Wait, what? Am I famous?
Track 3, The Price of Fame. This is one of my personal favorites when picking from the spice rack to make my creepy bard soup. Having talent, prowess, or fame come at a terrible cost is a theme that has enraptured us humans for a long, long time. The Red Shoes, Black Swan, Camp Rock, all movies about the creeping horror that follows one when they pursue that unreachable goal of perfection. And especially at lower levels, your bard isn't necessarily a maestro yet. Is perfection something that haunts them, something that they work towards? Or perhaps making their craft have some other sinister aspect. Perhaps the poems your bard reads are from an old diary from a loved one that has passed away. In short, make the relationship your bard has with their talents contentious. Maybe your instrument is cursed somehow, and every time you play a tune, there's a small price to be paid. Perhaps foreshadowing? Track 4, Charisma Chameleon. Would you like to know a little handy secret about dealing with the bard's main stat, charisma? I bet you do. Well, I guess that's why you're here. The current rulebook defines charisma as a score measuring these abilities. Quote, confidence, poise, and charm, unquote. Now, that's great and all, but you can see how someone new might read that as being the oozy schmoozy popular kid. And hey, that's cool, but I absolutely love the 2014 rulebook descriptor of charisma, specifically underneath the charisma check section. Quote, charisma measures your ability to interact effectively with others, unquote. And holy cow, does that open you up to a world of possibilities? So many charismatic characters are out there that completely lack poise or charm, or even confidence. The key is that their personality allows them to be effective in situations. They can literally use whatever special sauce they got to affect the world around them. Emily from The Corpse Bride is so incredibly charismatic in a D&D sense, not because she has unshakable confidence, quite the opposite in fact, showing her jealousy and insecurity many times throughout the film, but because she has a disarming charm and heart that's eager to love. So when making your bard creepy, don't worry about making someone who would only fit in at the popular kids table. Oh, finally, hopefully a real trick-or-treater this time. Oh, there's no one there. Carolers? This early? Oh, I recognize this song. Hey, that would be an amazing story to tell. And what would a bard video be, or a Willowers video even be, without a spooky story? So settle on in, get your cup of cider, and I hope you enjoy this creepy tale. Have you heard the tale of the woman at the end of the bridge? The bridge was where they drop all kinds of thieves and brutes to their watery graves, weighed down by thick rope and iron bells. The bells, they say, to ward away river spirits that would want to crawl into the vacant corpses and walk the earth as flesh. And there were many, for there is great evil in the world. At night, it is said you could hear the knocking of iron against the stone bridge, even above the water. And who made the bells? Why, the bellmother, of course. Her house was right at the end of the bridge before leaving town. An old blacksmith who used to make great weapons of death, resigned contentedly to make talismans that protected those from the afterlife. All that she required was a silver coin for an iron bell, which in turn she'd use to buy food for the animals and folk that warmed by her forge fire. And for a time, this arrangement suited everyone. However, the town fell into ruin, the crimes piled up, and the money started to run out. Soon, there was no more coin for the bells. The spirits pulled themselves into the bodies and at night whispered temptations into the villagers' ears. She must have riches beyond all measure, the town people cried. We've given her coin all these years. Yes, she's a witch. It is her that brings misfortune. And that night, they dragged her out of her home, draping her in all the bells left hanging in her forge. And just like that, she was gone. The corpses dragged themselves out of the river and the rest of the village was lost to darkness. That was decades ago. Things have changed, as all things do, and this is why we place bells on every window. These walls might be rebuilt, you see, but the bridge has stood strong along with all of its memories. At any rate, best lock up. The wind, you see, it carries noise down from the water's edge. And we have noisy neighbors. Bell Mother, watch over us all. Did you hear that? I hope you enjoyed this story, everybody. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I usually put a single subclass in here. However, College of Whispers and College of Spirits can be so incredibly delightfully unsettling all on their own that, in my mind, I wanted to create an item that would help every bard class let their spooky flag fly. Thus, for the crazy unheard price of free $0, I present the Drowning Bell. A little Halloween treat for all of you, and hey, I've even chopped up the Drowning Bell into a group of chaseable quest items for my patrons. That way you can add them as rewards in your longer campaigns. I do have plans for a specific bard subclass in the future, but in the spirit of the holiday, I wanted a cool gift for everybody. Finally, I wanted to say a big thank you for 25,000 subscribers. Seriously, every like and share, all that good stuff has really helped the channel, and for that, I've made an extra special free item as thanks. Fresh baked Willowares cookies.
Finally, hand them over and get me out of here.
Alright everybody, time to go get the flumps out of the cube. Happy Halloween everybody, and thank you. Goodbye! Goodbye!
There's a drowning bridge at the edge of town. When you walk up, you go deep down. Your feet, they rise above your head. But don't you fear, you aren't quite dead. Your skin and bones will slowly steep, and then she comes from darkest deep. Your eyes, they roll behind your head. They heard the toll, or you'll be dead. There's a drowning bridge at the edge of town. When you walk up, you go deep down.